Today's training session at Barcelona carried a different kind of electricity, not the routine hiss of tactics and fitness, but the sharper buzz that arrives when a teenage name suddenly sits in the same drills as the senior stars. Hansi Flick called up 16-year-old Baba Karuma to work with the first team on the eve of the Real Oviedo match, and that alone is news. A La Masia prospect who turned heads in the academy was given a front-row seat to the senior setup. An opportunity that can alter a young player's trajectory overnight. This isn't the first time Flick has leaned on youth, but the immediacy of Kuruma's appearance, a player born in 2009 who only recently signed a 3-year deal with Barcelona, sends a signal that the manager is actively putting the academy under the microscope. Kuruma's footballing identity is built on versatility. Comfortable as a left-footed centre-back, able to slot in at left-back, operate as a defensive pivot, and even push up the flank when needed, his adaptability gives a team like Barcelona options both now and in seasons to come. He's also the younger brother of Ilaix Mariba, a name already familiar to Barca followers, which adds a human subplot to the story and underlines the pedigree behind the kid's rise. Reports say the club extended Kuruma to a contract running through 2028 and promoted him into juvenile, are concrete steps that show Barcelona want to secure his path and test him against ever higher standards. What makes today's moment more than a feel-good academy headline is timing and intent. Flick isn't merely rotating the squad for a friendly. He invited a 16-year-old into a competitive first-team training slot ahead of a La Liga fixture, suggesting the coaching staff are assessing options in real match context and under the spotlight. With a congested calendar and unavoidable absences across the squad at times, these training calls have practical value. They let staff see whether a youngster can cope with the tempo, physicality, and tactical demands before any emergency registration is even considered. For Kuruma, standing shoulder to shoulder with senior pros in the gym and on the grass is a test and an audition in one. And for fans, it's an intoxicating hint that La Masia might be about to deliver another homegrown solution. Beyond the immediate theatre of a call-up, the questions are practical. Where could he fit if the club needed him? And what does his promotion say about Barcelona's strategy under a player who can function across the left side of defence and in midfield gives tactical flexibility? He can be chess-moved into several roles without forcing wholesale changes. That adaptability is gold for managers juggling injuries and European fixtures. And it's important to stress that progression at Barcelona is rarely overnight. Kuruma's contract extension in May and his promotion to juvenile A were deliberate, planned steps designed to keep him in the club's development pipeline and to protect him from external suitors, which underlines that today's training moment is part of a longer trajectory. For the supporters watching, this is a narrative they love, a homegrown talent given a chance to edge closer to the first team. But it's also a tactical story for opponents and pundits. Flick is signalling faith in the academy, and by doing so, he broadens his squad options while also sending a warning that Barca will keep promoting talent that merits attention. For Baba Karuma personally, the next steps will be telling. More training invitations, perhaps a place on the bench, and the rare but defining opportunity of a competitive debut can follow if performance and circumstances align. For now, tonight's training has shifted him from promising name to a present part of the first-team environment and the club's safeguards. The contract, the promotion, the public exposure all suggest Barcelona believes this is a player worth nurturing. Keep an eye on the squad lists and matchday teams over the coming games. A training call is the beginning of a story that could accelerate quickly, and whether Kuruma becomes a regular or this remains a valuable learning day, the message is clear. La Masia is back in Flick's playbook. And Barcelona's future is being tested under the same lights as its present. If you want instant updates when the club makes the next move with Kuruma, subscribe and hit the bell. This is the kind of academy moment that can become a defining chapter in a young player's career.